What is up, guys? My name is Jack Gardiner, and today I am delighted to be showing you guys the brand new Neural DSP Quad Cortex. Now, I've been working with Neural DSP now since way back when they released the Pliny plugin, and I have pretty much exclusively used their plugins for most of my recordings, in particular the Fortin Cali suite and the Archetype Nolly and Cory Wong. Those three have been like a main part of my sound for a while now. So I was just super excited when the guys said that they were sending out one of these for me. Now, predominantly when I play live, I have been known to use amps in the past, and this looks to be the future for me. I'm going to basically walk you through some of my favorite factory presets so you guys will get an idea of how it sounds straight out of the box, and then maybe we can look at one of my presets and I can show you just how easy it is for me to build a sound in here that is very much usable and something that I would gig. The sound, which you heard right at the beginning, is actually one of the factory presets inbuilt. Just basically, you can get the idea from the name Numb, whereby you can control the chords in the background via these buttons, the foot switches, which control the scenes, as they are called in this unit. We'll explore a little bit of that as we go on. But first, maybe I should just walk you through my signal chain, then what's going on. So this is essentially taken over as my audio interface at the minute. I've got the laptop down here just out of the shot, but I'm running everything via USB. What this enables me to do is I can record the microphone above me, the MK600, that is on channel 2, and as you can see in here, I've got phantom power on there, and then in channel 1 is the guitar. Super simple. Look at all the options you've got along the top there. It's worth me pointing out this touchscreen is super easy to use and it's really intuitive. It's not one of them. I've experienced this with other units in the past whereby, you click something and maybe it clicks the next component. This one, I mean, it's just super easy. Every little touch is working perfectly for me straight out of the box. Other things to walk through then, yeah, basically it's all just my guitar straight into this, the microphone, which you're hearing my voice recorded with, into that. I'm running into Logic. I'm actually recording a DI. I wouldn't need to, but if you were to use input 1 and you wanted to reamp some of these sounds later on, you could of course do that. Input 2 is just literally the microphone, no processing or anything like that. I mean, I could run that through some processing on here if I wanted to, but I'll control it in my DAW later. And then essentially you are hearing the output of the guitars. So guys, I mean, first of all, it looks really classy. The touchscreen is a lifesaver. It's constantly connected to Wi-Fi, so you are able to download patches on the fly. There's an app which you can use. Basically, I could look for a favorite preset of mine, or someone could upload some of the neural capture stuff. I literally click star on that, and then it will appear over here in this menu in my presets. So you'll see I've downloaded some there: Tom Quayle, Rabea, Cory Wong, Pliny. It's super intuitive to use, but maybe we could look at that more in depth in another video. Like I say, the whole point with this one is I just want to show you some of my favorite factory presets, and this is what it would sound like for you straight out of the box, and then maybe we can take a look at one of mine. So without further ado, I think it's best if we start off just on preset number 1 because it sounds brilliant to my ears. This is basically just based off of a Marshall, I think 2203. We have a cab sim on there as well. That's just, I guess, all of your controls in there, the Dynamic 57, Ribbon 160. It's very much like the plugins if you're familiar with that. We have a delay, and we have a reverb, a room reverb. There are some pedals here. We've got an overdrive there, a rodent drive. I'm sure you can guess what that is. Brit Governor. There's a neural capture of an... I'm sure you guys will know what that is as well. And then there's just a noise gate, which, I mean, you could turn off if you want. Just here in Switzerland, before I first do this, I will warn you that there is some noise in the electronics, or the electrics, I should say here. We've had nightmares with the new music. It just seems like it's dodgy power. So if you do hear a little bit of noise, especially on single coil stuff, don't worry, it's not the unit, it's just the power in Switzerland. Bizarre. So anyway, without further ado then, let's check out how this Brit 2203 patch sounds. So here we go. Straight away, sounds and feels like a British amp that we all know very well. Brit's lovely. It's really, really responsive to my pick attack dynamics. That to me is a tone that I would use for one of my lead sounds. I'm convinced it just feels really like home for me. Now, it's worth me pointing out that with this preset then, it's not just this sound, and I believe I am actually in scene H here, but all of these can be set to alter and turn off or on things, or maybe, you know, you want to tweak one of the parameters for just a specific pedal. So like here, we could do this. You see how it says scene B up here? Well, I could change that to whatever scene I want. Sorry, I just clicked bypass there. But I could change that to scene C and then save it if I wanted to. That's not exactly what I want to do now, but I'll just show you if I was to scroll through these then. So this one has got reverb and delay on down here on scene F, and it has the pedal in front. So let's check out this. There's just a bit more gain in there. Let's try scene C. So that has the Brit Governor pedal in front of it. And that had the reverb turned off, or maybe it was the delay. Yeah, it's the delay, sorry. So you could program that to alter these parameters however you like. So there'd be 8 different captures or scenes, as they call it in the Quad Cortex, within one preset. It's just a really cool way of being able to use it. But this is the Brit 2203. That is preset 1. So let's just hear maybe a little bit more. I'll roll off the volume a little bit so you can see just how it reacts like kind of the real thing. Now, I can tell you straight away as well, that feels great. It doesn't just sound good. You know, sometimes when you've got modeling units, the feel disappears as you roll that volume down. Here, it's still there. Just really, really cool sound, and that is preset number 1. At this point, I have new strings on this guitar, so maybe I can show you the tap tempo / tuner function. So all we would do to access that is you hold this in, it will mute automatically, and here we go. Super easy and nice to use tuner. Something that they have in the plugins now, actually. I think back when I first started using them, this functionality wasn't there, but this seems like a higher end version of what we have in those plugins anyway. Now, of course, that could also access the tap tempo feature. So if I was to double click that, you will see that my tempo is set to 240. Now I could tap that to wherever I wanted to, or I could basically use this control over here. This is what I love about these controls, by the way. Not only are they foot switches, you have this rotary option of being able to literally turn them as you would an actual pedal and it works just as well. That's actually better for fine tuning, I find, rather than using the touch screen. I mean, the touch screen is great, but just to really dial it in, these things are super handy. So I could change that to, I don't know, 90 BPM. You could set that for either the global tempo, the preset, or the scene. So whichever one of these 8, scenes that we're using. And then that will essentially change the delay time for me that is synced. You can hear it in the back there. If I was to go faster, see how it just follows. It's brilliant. Now, you could turn that off if you wanted to. I always prefer to leave it on, especially if I'm recording something. But yeah, it's just a really cool feature to have. So why don't we check out then another favorite preset of mine from the factory presets. Okay, so this preset is called Strat Ambience, and I'm sure I've seen maybe a video of Rabia. Maybe it was actually his patch, so man, if you did create this, it's gorgeous, mate. But yeah, let's check out how this one sounds. It's designed for that single coil, neck flavor, shall we say. Sorry, I'm just a little bit out of tune there. Like I say, it's new strings on this guitar. Just lovely. Let's just check what amp he's using. So that's definitely a Fender type amp. So there's 2 of them. So it's kind of like a stereo thing, I think, going on. He's got a delay in there, a reverb, modulated reverb, whole reverb, and then a tape delay. I wonder if they are panned. No, they're both in the center. But essentially, if you wanted to, you could drag these down and they could go left or right. But I really like that sound. There's a compressor in front of there, by the way, and there is a little Brit Blues overdrive in front. So I think they're all the same on that one in terms of scenes, but if you wanted to, you could program different parameters for each one of those, and yeah, you get a different tone basically on 8 of the foot switches or scenes down here. Okay, let's check out then another one of my favorite presets in here. Okay, so this next preset, Moody Clean, again, loads of reverb. I think this has got a JC120 in there. Yes, so you can imagine this is perfect for that kind of 80s clean sound. And we've also got a chorus as well. Is the chorus engaged on... Oh, no, sorry, the chorus is not inbuilt into the amp on this one. But you get the idea. It's to get that ultra clean 80s sound. I would definitely use that for the China Crisis gigs, which I play. They're the UK bands that I play for. It's got that sound. Eddie actually uses 2. He uses a JC120, I should say. Lovely for that kind of 80s ambient stuff. Why don't we move on then to another one of my favorites from the factory preset then. Okay, so this one is called Major Strap Vibes, and I think this also might be one of Rabia's presets, but man, this thing sounds great. Just to walk you through what's in there, we have a plexi on one side. Well, they're both plexis actually. And there is an overdrive in front of both of them. And then you have delay and reverb. And that's basically at the cab sim and a bit of an EQ that Rabia's put in there. But yeah, let's check out this. Currently not engaged. I think that's a compressor. And we have a chorus in there. So let's check out this. Beautiful for that kind of single coil vibes, and I'm sure if we change scenes, then you have the different components engaged. I can feel that there's a compressor on that. Lovely. Just another gorgeous preset inbuilt into the unit. So let's check out another one of my favorites then. I'm sure we can all guess who this is modeled after, our favorite Swedish dude. But yeah, this is kind of that 80s neoclassical sound. Let's give this a go. I could absolutely play with that tone all day. Loads of fun. It really takes me back to being into all the neoclassical stuff as a kid, and yeah, I just love it. Anyway, let's check out another one of my favorite presets then. Okay, so this next preset is a little bit different from the previous one. This one is Cory Wong's Clean Rig. So Cory Wong, I'm sure many of you are familiar with his playing. He's a great kind of funk soul, you know, all of the right-hand chops type player. He actually has a plugin out with Neural DSP, which I made some presets for, the archetype Cory Wong. Massive fan of what he does, a massive fan of his tones. So this is one of his clean tones that are inbuilt into the factory settings. Let's give a little go of this then. Really nice and clean, exactly what you want from Cory Wong. Let's try what's he got on here then. Okay, so that's kind of like an ambient sound. Lovely. On scene 3 then. There we get the filter. I think that is, I don't think that's an auto wah, but it's functioning like one. Check out this. You all know what that is. I could play with that kind of sound all day. On scene D. Okay, we've got a bit of chorus and reverb and delay on there. And there's a compressor, I think. Lovely. Okay, so this is kind of like an overdrive in front of the amp. The amp is just a Fender. And then we've got a tube screamer, I think, in front of that. It's a bit too dark and doesn't have like the characteristic which I like in an overdrive sound, but I mean, it works for that style. Lovely, and I think it's going to be the same on this. Oh, there's 2 overdrives stacked now. Yeah, so we've got like a blues breaker in front. Lovely. Now, let's check out then another one of my favourite patches. Okay, so this is another one of my favourites. This one is called Clean Your Toilet. It's a very ambient tone, and yes, you should clean your toilet. Let's just check how it sounds. Lovely. I really enjoy using it. Okay then, guys, so they are some of my favourite factory presets. I'm sure I could be here all day. If I wanted to show you more, the playing would be too much, I'm sure, for your ears. But let's check out then one of my own presets. So if we go up here, we can scroll down to down below. I believe there it is, my presets. And these are all saved on a different bank and a different part of the unit, so you won't get conflicts with the factory library. Let's just check out this one then. So JG Kung Fury 2. Now, what's going on here? I basically have a super simple chain. I'm using the Brit 2203, which was way back in the first patch. I've got a little bit less gain, I think, and I've taken a bit of the top end out, boosted the presence. And then in terms of pedal, I have this pedal in front. Maybe we can hear what it sounds like without. And then I have some reverb, just a ping pong delay, and then an ambient kind of big sound and reverb in there. So let's just check this out. Before I forget, you need to change the output to output 1 and 2. I had it at 5 and 6. That's what I was using when I was recording. But there are multiple ways that you can route this. You know, when you look in there, look at all these options. So for reamping, things like that, it's a super powerful unit. So let's check out this anyway. absolutely shreds for me anyway. Maybe I could turn off this and let's... I absolutely love playing with this. It just feels like home. I love it. Super easy and intuitive to use. Maybe I can show you guys how I would go about building some more patches in another video. But for now, like I say, I just wanted to walk you guys through some of my favorite factory presets, my first impressions of it, and that little preset at the end there. What do you guys think? What does it sound like to you? Would this kind of thing replace your gigging unit, your amps? I'm definitely thinking that's the case for me. It's just so small, it's so light, it's so easy to use. The fact that, you know, if I was, say, even on a session in real life, if that ever happens again, and say I'm in a studio and a guy says to me, oh, I want the sound of, I don't know, like a Fender Twin or something like that, then I could literally use my phone, tether the Wi-Fi to it, and I could find a preset on the app, which I think sounds cool, download it, and it will load in to Neural Capture there and then. It's literally that easy. I mean, if you didn't want to, you know, go through all the menus yourself, there's plenty of really good Fender sounds, but that was just one example whereby if you needed a specific sound on the go, it would be very easy to make that happen. Anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to using this more and more in my rig. I am currently re-recording all of the music that we are writing, should I say, at the minute. Well, it's all done. I can't say when that's going to be released, but it's going to be very soon. And this is featuring on pretty much all of it, as well as the plugins already, the Fort and Cali suite, like I mentioned. That's one thing which I am very interested to see how they make it work. Is I know that they are planning on allowing the plugins to be loaded into, or at least the sounds from them, I think, into the unit. That would be perfect. I mean, I love the workflow of the plugins. It's just really easy. You just have a DI there, and obviously if you want to tweak anything on the go, you can do it. It's really easy. So yes, I would be intrigued if I could get some of my sounds from, say, the Fort and Cali suite into this, the exact same, you know. So can't wait to see what Neural DSP do with that. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a long one, but I just wanted to share my first impressions, the first few days of playing this thing, and how basically it's changed my whole workflow and setup. This is now my main audio interface. And tones. I should say that's the first and foremost thing, but yeah. Anyway, guys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff. It just helps the channel grow. And yes, I shall see you very soon for more videos and hopefully some more free lessons on a Friday in the next few weeks. I just need to get a few things out of the way first, which I'm excited to share with you guys. But hold on, they are coming back. Anyway, guys, thanks again. My name is Jack Gardiner. Until next time, cheers.